We are off. Immediate tier 1 cracked wall for monster. Tier 2, I mean. It will be a blood shop. Some okay weapons. Monster will just eat the carrot immediately. Value carrot costs half a heart, covers 1 heart, and also gives you mapping. Eleriz will eat the carrot right away too. Both races will leave with the same items. Free leather armor in black chest on the way to the exit as well. Pretty nice gold kill there for monster. And also a nice one for eleriz as well. There is a locked shop for monster. Well, all good items, nothing exceptional, but all definitely great items. And there's a Shriner for eleriz. That would be a pretty solid Shriner to bomb. You can either get Ring of Peace or Ring of Regen if you're willing to take the time. Kill those dragons, as monster now getting enough money by milking that leprechaun to buy out the entire shop, getting a whole heart container out of a magic apple, and also upgrading their defense a bit with the defense charm. First one to check will be monster enchant weapon scroll. We'll be able to get a titanium rapier out of that, so checking purple for an excellent weapon to pick up. This will be a 3-5 titanium rapier. Monster doing a bit of shopping, very close shop to the spawn. Will manage to snag a blast helm. So these are just good items in general, but oh my! The nightmare hiding some traps there. That could have been a lot worse for Monster Racer. But it ended up being very fine, just smoothly takes a trapdoor after that entire situation as eleriz picks up a gi. What is going on? So, wasn't able to get the weapon scroll then? Might have thought it came out of black. That easily can mess you up when screen watching. If there's an enchant weapon scroll in purple, and then you see, oh, Monster Racer has a titanium rapier going into zone 2. So like, you check black and then it's not a titanium rapier and you're like confused that where did that come from? So that's a pretty reasonable thing to mess up while screen watching, but that is pretty big. That's a pretty big disadvantage for eleriz. Nice slide freeze for Monster Racer. Not really the best of freezes, but spell use is good in general. With Gi, it's all even. I wouldn't agree. You know how Gi is. Gets you killed, that's how it is. Just don't take hits, of course. That's all you gotta do. Oh, good use out of this teleport trap for eleriz. Monster Racer continuing to just trudge forward. Cannot too aggressively use blood freezes as no form of regeneration for Monster Racer. And upgrading their armor to Squega suit levels in combination with that Charm of Defense. Going for Shovel Transmogs will get an additional damage up, so that's a 4-6 Titanium Rapier now. 6 damage lunges will be able to take out most things in one hit. Meanwhile, eleriz managing to swap off for heavy plate, but weapon is only okay with this strength torch. Monster Racer, meanwhile, why swapping off for now to a blood flail? I have to assume that's somewhat temporary. He doesn't really need the speed. Far enough ahead. I can just roll with this 3 damage blood flail. Yeah, it has 2 damage ups. Didn't consider that this is 3 damage. Ooh, a bit of a goose situation, but good preemptive freeze for Monster. And Monster's pretty much already almost completely healed up now. Just whacking the pixie. Doesn't even care at all. Wait, how do you whack the pixie without getting hurt there? That makes no sense. The answer is weird. Now has enough bombs again. Why is there so much screen shake? It feels like there's extra screen shake, but there really is just this much screen shake in the vanilla game. But good, another good preemptive freeze, knowing that they would have to encounter some kind of situation there, but this is a good chop to kill for Monster. Manages to pick up a Squega suit, so now has managed to pick up every single piece of armor below Squega suit, upgrading half a point each time, and has finally managed to do enough for Squega suit. There's an evil shopkeeper there, but Monster has already killed. So piercing 3 damage blood flail, that's good. You got the piercing, which will rip through enemies, and possibly more notably, you got the regeneration from it being a blood weapon. Well, a bit of a spooky situation for eleriz, though. Not in the most comfortable spots right now. It is a 3 damage gold rapier now, but Monster has already garnered a pretty significant lead, taking a hit from a gold shopkeeper, but oh my. Don't want to do that. So that's a massive hit from Monster. Has a flail with Dead Ringer, so can do some cool flail tricks. Okay, that wasn't as cool as I thought it was, but it was still pretty cool. Can't really complain, that looked very straightforward and in control the entire time. As Monster gets an early first hit on the Necrodancer. Ending health to make up for the bombs, lack of bombs. This is a pretty noisy and crowded Necrodancer fight for Monster, but that is the last hit. And GG's. Monster finishing with a race room time of 9:09. That purple check was pretty dumb. Finding an enchant scroll. And like, oh, they must have gone a titanium rapier out of black, right? Nope, it was in purple. That titanium rapier was in purple. Nonetheless, GG's. Well, no, it wasn't actually in purple, Slimo. It was an enchant scroll that was in purple. But if you're screen watching and you see your opponent leave with a titanium rapier on 1-4, you're very likely gonna assume that they checked black. Because that is, like, by far the most logical explanation of that. So you need a pretty keen eye for detail on screen watching there. We have 3 6s and 3 9s, but we have no 6 9s. That is kind of disappointing. The seed is like... it's mostly 6s and 9s, and we don't have a 6-9. We have 2 9-6s though. We also have a 9-9-6-6. That's disappointing. Imagine being that close to greatness and falling it so very short. Nice preemptive bomb trap there for Monster before checking what's in the chest in order to get to the trapdoor quicker. Very good heads up play there. This is Pulse Tomes clear out the trapdoor room very quickly. Both races aren't really finding much. And a double pulse for Monster to take out the Blood Shopkeeper. There is a Blood Harp inside of the super secret shop. I think Monster will be pretty happy if I called it the Blarp for this race, so I shall call it the Blarp for this race. World record weapon, that is true! You just gotta find lunging. Which chances are slim to very likely none. Eleriz, meanwhile, taking the Obsidian Staff, which is not a bad weapon. A bit of damage up for the Blarp for Monster in the form of the sunglasses to make it somewhat decent now. Definitely can't complain too much with this setup. Eleriz has a pretty decent one too as well, just having the Obsidian Staff is some good damage up. And that is a base whip in 2-1! Epic! So Monster able to catch up now. Eleriz not finding anything besides a base whip. Of all things. And a couple taps out of the Shrine of Luck for Monster will yield some cookies and some armor. Monster will opt to keep the Blood Drum as a blood weapon with a bit of damage up, so... Eleriz, I don't know what Eleriz is trying to do here. Lining up for a stab kill? That was... oof, that was rough. Really didn't need to do that. Especially with something like a purple mushroom you try to activate your staff off of, and now Eleriz doesn't have enough health to get a heart container out of magic carrot. Should have just eaten the magic carrot first before doing anything. But I mean, obviously you don't plan to get hit, so... hindsight is 2020. That's also the year. And Monster continues to check purple, finding some tomes. Very much should keep Blood Drum, because can get quite good value out of it with the Blarp. So, Monster's starting to pull ahead here. Eleriz is really not finding anything in Zone 2 to be able to compete. And Eleriz is thinking about taking the floaty boots and just will end up snagging it. This is a 3 damage Blarp now for Monster. Eleriz is getting knighted too. So Monster's in a pretty happy spot. Pulling significant damage while still regenerating health. and even more with use out of the blood drum. Oh, diagonal slime hit from eleriz. Those enemies are a lot less harmful than they seem. And we have a rhythm take for Monster, leaving behind the Bloodheart build. Okay. I okay. Your opponent's down. I already had 3 damage on the Blood Harp. You don't really need 4 or like 5 damage. Okay, manages to swap off to Crown of Thorns. Is still manages to pick up something else instead to just still be with +2 damage ups along with an Obsidian Harp. So kind of has the blood effect back, just can't drop beats and needs to count to 7. Oh, Harp will activate the statue to explode there. But Monster had heavy plate too, so This has to just be for meme value. So you have worse armor, you have obsidian damage that you don't need. You don't have as much regen anymore. I mean, you have the same amount now. Can't use the blood drum as much. I don't know. I'm sure Monster can handle rhythm fine though. Otherwise wouldn't have taken that. Skip in on the chests as well. Nothing is gonna remove the curse of counting to 7. Oh. Okay. It's fine. So, yeah, hitting very strongly with this Obsidian Harp to deal with the trapdoor, but you don't need to take trapdoors in the first place, but it's Monster. Monster doesn't slow play. Doesn't slow play. Pseudo slow play, maybe. And an Obsidian Spear for Monster. Could be worthwhile to swap off to that because it's safer, but there are a lot of other considerations to make if you want to play for safety. Harp isn't bad either. You can't have any new happenings anymore that you're on to Dead Ringer anyways. So, 2 Earth Tomes for Monster. Oh, taking a huge charge! Monster, please. You can't drop beats when you take rhythm. Oh, no, we're on to the Necrodancer fight with rhythm, with just 1 heart. So... I am... Oh, if there's anywhere you want to drop beats, it's now. Free anime. I'm sure Monster's having a jolly good time. Look at these lures, they're so good. Even with rhythm. Bolt Confused Spell handles it very nicely. Oh, can pink it against the wall. That actually helps. Oh, watch out for Dorian, it's fine. Last hit on the Necrodancer. Needs to get to the stairs to be safe. Ah! Monster, please. I beg you. He probably did. Oh. Oh my. Okay. It's okay. Everything's fine. Monster is doing monster things. Alright, so the final race of the set. You're ready to go. Let's see what wonderful memes Monster can make out of this last seed. I don't think rhythm kills the rain. So, yeah, because in order to drop a beat, you must like drop a beat. That means Dorian can't move. There isn't really a way to make Dorian move while making cadence. Drop a multiplier because thinking walls doesn't count. Thinking emoji. Anywho, an early shop kill for Monster. It's going to take to Ring of Shadows raw. We'll have the reduced aggro as long as Monster. Raw noodle! The flyway text for Monster is just raw noodle. Anywho, Monster will just take the base whip. Eleriz is taking, not taking anything out of the shop, I mean. So, doesn't have a build, but also doesn't have a base whip. Stacking on those whip hits for Monster, and that's pretty nice. Looks pretty good, Cap. Okay, Monster making sure to stand still, not to get some snagged and then leprechaunned. And picking up the Ring of Luck right in time for this Luck Shrine here. Finds a base bow. We'll blow that up. And Charisma as well. We'll keep base whip. And Shadow, so not getting much out of that. We'll find a golden harp of it later. Eleriz, meanwhile, seeing what's up in this locked shop. Yeah, I mean, if you know how to use whip. Then Speaking of whip, we got damage up. Oh, Monster, your shopkeeper's dead. Oh, this is Urn. So monster swapping off whip just to swap back to it. A better whip. As a 2 damage Urn. Oh, good courage there with the spirit. Eleriz is spending extra time for this luck shot. We'll get a strength torch. Monster Race is doing something pretty interesting, just running the Ring of Shadows as a way to reduce aggro. And using whip to just take everything out that aggro's you. Nice amount of gold picked up there for Monster. And Eleriz might not check black, but will, and will also take Titanium Whip. This is something. Now look at that push with the whip! How does he do it? It's not possible. Core Riff. Definitely a good place to have the whip, if anything. Using the Holy Water to finish off Core Riff instead of hitting Core Riff for a few cycles will speed that up quite a bit. Eleriz, meanwhile, finding an Obsidian Rapier will just blow up the Titanium Whip. So, this is a great thing to have. This is 3-8, I believe. Yep, that's a 3-8 Rapier. We'll just blast open. The urn there just by hitting it. So this is hard hitting Rapier for Eleriz. Can't even drop too low on the obsidian damage. Monster, meanwhile, rolling with the darkness and the whip. Oh, and Eleriz goes down! Not even on whip anymore, just... well, just going down. Yeah, just taking a golem hit. At full health too. Had chicken and heal spell, but we'll just get wiped out in one hit by a golem. That has to be pretty frustrating to have all of that healing and just to be wiped out in one hit. Monster not having boss chests. Still rolling with the Titanium Whip. Oh, okay. Monster's on F heart now with the Titanium Whip in Zone 4. Picks up Torch. Torch is fine as long as, I mean, Monster didn't hit the Shrine of Darkness, so... oh, but what's this? This is... Darkness Conjurer. Heavy Glass is great to have for now. Monster having a lot of time to... hopefully not run into the Ring of Pain here. Yeah, hanging on to shadows for this long. And is going to go for a better weapon. Watch out for the Ring of Pain. That will end to you. No! That will also kill you! Oh no! Oh. Yeah. Ring of Pain, Boots of Pain. Oh yeah, Crown of Thorns as well. Meanwhile, eleriz goes down on 1-3. Monster is on half a heart on the base whip again. Anywho, welcome. A full reset. Got a full reset here for race number 4. Monster is taking whip once more. Whipping enemies left and right. Up and down. All around. Whip has pretty considerable range. And swap off to a gold harp once more. Not sure if Monster will once again decide to check black or 1-4. But possibly. Probably not though. Unless Monster does, I don't know. Either it happens or it doesn't. 50-50 chance. Oh, that was a great use of holy water there for Monster. Getting grabbed by a monkey, I'm pretty sure was gonna die. Actually, maybe not with the heart, but probably. And checking purple for a skull of need for Monster. Oh, picking off an Obsidian Harp out of that transmute. This is looking to be a much better build for Monster, mostly on the basis that it's not a whip. Don't know what Monster's trying to do here. Got a bomb for cheese and a ring of war will go up to enough damage to crack open the urn now. Will snag the ring of war. War harp can get a bit weird, but it can also help you push really nicely. And it's no longer harp, it's rapier, which is one of the best things to get with that ring, so... It takes rhythm again! Oof. Oof. At least it's not taking whip. At least. eleriz, meanwhile, has an obsidian rapier but hasn't taken rhythm. What is... okay. Okay, right, had need, so Monster will blood magic down to have a heart in order to get a potion. Oh no, what are you doing? You gotta skip the floor at the cost of a lot of beats and possibly dying. Okay, Monster taking the gi, but then re-transmogging it into something better. Also, everything turns into obsidian. That's a thing. But, like, you don't need things to turn into obsidian if you have enough damage already. That was a what? That was a 4... That was like a 4-6 rapier. No, if you can't. That's actually against the rules. You can only modify your Cadence sprite, your Clone sprite, and your Dorian sprite. Everything else is against the rules. Cap. Kappa. But it actually is against the rules. It's against the rules. Monster Racer is breaking the rules. Heard it here first. You haven't heard it here first. You've heard it here before, but... You've heard it before. I don't know. Oh yay, Boots of Pain. Eleriz with out a Squega suit. Eleriz has pretty much the same build as Monster Racer does, just without the rhythm take. Oh, Eleriz is backing off a bit too much here. Pretty scared. Those things do hit pretty hard, so you don't want to take hits. Looks like a Frost Charm activation for Monster. Still counting to 7 relentlessly. Count to 7 or die. You have 2 options. Eleriz, meanwhile, is on half a heart and will lunge into a goblin. Going down, had a decent amount of healing as well with the Ring of Regen and the heal spell, but once again, not a lot of health to use it with. Not a lot of heart containers to use it with. Obsidian armor is nice as well. It won't be enough in this situation. Well, Monster picking up the Crown of Thorns. The iconic Crown of Thorns. One that ended Monster's run this time around. Has that always been a thing? I'm pretty sure yes. At least since the full release of Vanilla. No, they take half a heart of damage for every missed beat. Rhythm is very good for like Coda because you have to go. You're allowed to go a bit slower, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then you get a bit of a break, and then you gotta do 7 more. Also, a pretty good thing. Oh my gosh, Monster is doing Sumo with rhythm active. Okay. That's not something you want to do. Don't do Zuma with rhythm active. Would not encourage this behavior. Monster Racer is a special case. Why is Monster picking up? What was that exchange with that potion? It's like, I don't need the... He went into that room just to blow up the potion while keeping the need potion. Yeah, Monster is teaming again. There are some uses. Like, if dropping a beat will get you killed anyways, Coda and Arya. Yeah, you can't have 2 potions. You can in Cadence of Hyrule. You can have more than 1 potion in Cadence of Hyrule, but you just can't have 2 potions around your necks, around your neck in this game. Oh, we have some preemptive pulsing to get the 2 bells before activating Dead Ringer. Okay, some. Oh my gosh, Monster! Don't. 1 heart with rhythm active. On to Necrodancer fight. It's like how you can't wear 2 rings. You can't have 2 potions around your neck. But you can have a bunch of other things around your neck as long as it's not 2 potions or 2 of any other kind of charm. Okay. Okay. Oh, Pain is good to have. Boots of Pain is definitely good to have right now. Some good healing coming in for Monster. This is much less scary. Okay, Dorian. Okay. Oh, Monster, please. Whoa, you got the bad ending with the Flood Magic. That wasn't a rhythm. That wasn't a rhythm bad ending, because I don't think that's possible, but got the typical Blood Magic bad ending. GG's, Monster memeing his way to a 3-0 sweep. Yeah, don't meme. Unless... Don't meme this hard. You're allowed to meme. You're allowed to have fun. This, you're free to do anything, but just personal advice. Don't meme this hard. I sure had fun. I'm sure you all did too, so... Maximum entertainment value. We all came out of this a bit happier. But, you know... Monster Racer is a special case. You're free to take inspiration if you want. I wouldn't advise it though.